Hi everyone, thanks so much for coming through to this video today. Today we're going to be drawing this gorgeous little picture of Santa coming through the chimney. And to do this, we're going to go through lots of different steps, and I'll show you them now quickly so that we can just get started. So step 1, we just draw the roof. Step 2, we draw in Santa and the sack. Step 3 is just finally going in with some detail on his face. Step 4 is to finish off some detail on the house and on his clothes and face. And then the final step is the background and the snow. So that's everything. That's every single stage. So what you need for this is you'll need a pencil, a sharpener, a rubber, maybe a kneadable eraser. It doesn't really matter which pencil, but I would head for something in the middle. I've got a B and an HB. You could have a 2B or a 2H or an H. So yeah, those ones in the middle. So let's get started. Before we do, I'll just explain a little bit about me. I don't want to bore you, so I'll be quick. All of these step-by-steps come as sheets that are downloads for just $2.99. You can join the membership to the channel, get these download sheets, and get all the previous ones that I've done so far, which so far this is the third one. I'm a relatively new channel, and you also get bonus videos as well. So I don't only show you how to draw these. In other videos, I show you how to paint them, colour them in lots of different ways and different mediums. So I'm going to have a quick cup of tea, and then we'll get started. So we're going to start with a roof. Now I have given myself a little bit of an outline because I do want to try and get it as exact as I can, and I do sometimes suffer with the old brain fog, trying to concentrate on 3 things at once. Getting a bit older, the old grey cells aren't working so well, so I need to have something there to make sure I get it right for you. So the first step is the roof. What I would say for the roof is your chimney is going to be in the middle. So find the middle of your page, and that's where you're going to want to draw the first line. Okay, it doesn't really matter how long you want to go. I've done a long line for the top of the chimney, and then I've just come in a little bit there. I'm going to do the same so that it's kind of parallel there. I'm going to draw the top of my chimney there. I'm going to come straight up again here and straight down here and just meet them across. As you can see, I'm just really just drawing in that faint little outline. Oops. Now, what I will say to you is move your paper around so that you can draw it as neatly as you can. Now, I'm trying to draw the lines for you so you can see, keeping the picture the right way up, but it is quite hard. Even I need to turn my paper because your hand will naturally draw the best lines coming towards yourself like that. So a little tip for you. You don't need to keep it straight as it should be whilst you're drawing it. Okay, so we've drawn in the main part of the chimney. We do just need to do that little line there. So that's drawn in. Now, what I would suggest next is going in and just finishing off the brickwork. So we're going to draw some lines down the side. I'm drawing, how many is that? 5, 6 lines, but it doesn't really matter. So just draw in what you want. Just make sure they're as evenly spread as you can get them. I mean, you can see that one's bigger than that one. So just give it a go, and don't forget, you've got the rubber. You can rub it out if you're not happy with it, like I just did. That's what the eraser is there for. Right. So then I've just drawn now the other lines following that angle coming down. Now, with that angle, you don't have to worry too much. Just look at the picture and keep looking back and make sure it's going downwards. So you've almost got like an arrow pointing upwards. Okay, so if you think about that, think about an arrow pointing upwards, and that's the front. Okay, it's not a steep arrow, quite a wide one, and that's your shape. So now I'm going to draw in just a wiggly line underneath from just past the chimney to show where the snow is to just past the top of the chimney. All right, then I'm going to come in and draw the other little bit of snow behind. Then that helps me figure out where my line's going to be at the back. So I'm just going to bring that up. There, I've already drawn the back of the roof without even thinking about it because I haven't needed to. And then I'm going to come down here and draw another little loop and another little loop there. And that just shows again that there's bumps in the snow on the roof. And then I'm going to come up. Now, this is going to be tricky. So rather than coming up like that, I'm going to turn my sheet and I'm going to try and draw which is what I recommend, a line by drawing lots of little lines. When you have a long line to draw and you just try and do it in one, it can end up a bit wibbly, because as human beings, we're just not that accurate. So if we do it in little steps like that, we can be, as you can see, a little bit more accurate as we go. We can adjust. So I'm going to do again for underneath. So it's exactly parallel, coming down to draw the top of that roof, coming down here, draw the top of that one. Okay, perfect. You may also, which I didn't say, you might want some liner pens. So here I've got a 0.1 and a 0.3 micron. It doesn't really matter too much as long as you've got a liner, because you can adjust the pressure for the thinness and thickness, but that's what I have and what I like. And a white gel pen, just in case I want to go over anything and put highlighting. Okay, I need to draw the snow now. And this is first, because this is kind of setting up the scene for the rest of the picture. We can now, from here, place Santa, place the sky. So the roof was kind of the most important thing, well, the chimney, to get in the right place. So now, coming down at an angle, it might seem a bit strange, but it's just because of the way we're drawing the roof going into the background. So now I'm going to turn, now I've shown you how, and just do a few. And now remember, as the lines get longer, do those little sketchy lines. Don't try and do it all in one go. It will be too hard. So we're just drawing in to the edge of the page. And then if we imagine there's a line here, because my designs are done in squares, we kind of just want to imagine it's stopping there. I've got a ruler in here. Got a very old one. So if I just put that across there and come down and keep doing my lines parallel in that direction, but stopping them at the ruler, that will then make the line completely straight when I turn it up that way. Can you see? So they've all stopped in the right place. So now all we need to do really is come in and do the lines for the bricks. So I've done 2 on the top, and then in between the other ones, I've put more down. I'm sure you've all had a go at bricks before in the past. So just do the same. When you have a gap above, draw a line underneath. There's a gap, draw a line, and just do the same all the way along. Okay, so that's that side done. I'm going to do 3 on the top one there. I'm going to come in on the empty ones underneath, and then I'm just going to follow the pattern down. That one's there, so it's the same on every other one. So now I'm going to copy this one. Now I'm going to copy this one, and here. Apologies if you can hear any loud noises in the background. Both my sons are currently playing each other on the PS4. So they're being quite loud. It's half term. And normally I can record in nice peace and quiet, but when they're at school. But now they are being very noisy. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with brick lines in the same way. So here I've got a line, so I'm going to draw one here. And I'm just doing it exactly the same as before, making sure I'm getting the lines. Each time on the next line, I'm copying the one before. So it's every other line. So I'm just copying from this line. We probably should have had one there, and then I'll put one in there. And then we're going to copy that one, which means we need another brick over there. So if you can see, I'm just putting that pattern in. I think I may be pointing them a little bit too diagonally. Need to be a bit straighter than that. Okay. So then we need another one there. We're trying to copy that. But as I say, don't be too worried about it. As long as it's giving the impression of bricks, which it does, then we're fine. Yeah, it looks like bricks, doesn't it? So that's all that matters. So I hope you enjoy all these lovely Christmas scenes that are coming up. We've got quite a few to come. There's 10 designs altogether in the book. I didn't say, did I? The book is also available on Amazon. but it'll be in the links below. I just don't have the author copy yet. I'm waiting for it, but they are available to buy already. Oh, and also this is, like I said, the third topic that I've done. I've done summer and fairies, and now is Christmas for November, and December will be winter. And I also create sort of my own sketchbook system, which I call Chameleon, because it's changeable. It's all sorts of different papers and sheets in here. You can fold up the sheets that I print and put them in the folder. And so yeah, so if I just show you, we've started Christmas. That's my doodle pages. We've got summer in here, all sorts of different mediums, and then we've got the fairies here as well. So just by following along, that was just 2 months. So you've got so much you can do just by following along my tutorials to fill up your sketchbooks. Okay, so we've pretty much done the first step, I believe. Now, the only way to know for sure is to keep looking back at the picture. And what I've noticed is there's a few little marks here to show the movement of the snow that I haven't included. There's also an inner line around the roof. So again, I'm coming towards myself. I'm holding the pencil quite low, so I've got a lot of control. And I'm using small movements to control the line. Okay, don't try and do it in one go. Seriously, it's really tricky to do. And then I'm coming back and doing the same on the other edge. So now I think we're nearly there. There is some detail on the chimney. And again, it's all about observation. Sometimes even I miss out things because I know what's coming and I jump ahead and I get a bit overexcited and I want to just get on. Okay, so we've done step 1. Let's move on to step 2. Step 2 is Santa. So for this one, I think it's easier to start at the chimney because that's basically, we've got somewhere to go from. So we're going to start with, in the middle of that side, we're just going to do a little curve in. That's where his body is, yeah? And then we're going to come round here and we're going to do another one to show where his tummy is, kind of here. We are going to leave a little bit of a gap because that's where his arm is and this is where his hand is, okay? Then we're going to have a little kind of rectangle there. Now, what I would suggest with these videos is you watch them all the way through because it's easier to keep up as you're going along if you know what's coming. So I always say on these videos, watch it all the way through. Now we're going to come up to, I've got to make sure I'm getting this in the right place now. So I would say I'm going to come up to here and then we've got the top of his, it's like the white fluffy bit of his jacket. So I can see that actually, let me just see if I can get a better angle so that the light's better. You can see that better. It should stop shaking in a minute once it's got used to its new position. Okay, so that's his arm coming down there. Just take some of that pencil away. And now you can see where let me just draw some of this up. That's where the white fluff is. Then we're going to draw some parts of his jacket that would be coming down here. And let's say another bit here. I think there and there. Again, you don't have to be exactly precise to what the picture is. We're just, as long as you have the suggestion of Santa there, it's fine. Coming round, that's his hand, popping out. So I'm basically working myself up from the chimney because that's what I already have drawn. And so it's easier to do my placement from what I've already done. I have no idea if that is a traditional way of teaching how to draw, but it's just the way I try to draw. It's what I feel comfortable doing. It just helps, I think, if you use what you've already got to draw the positioning. Okay. So now I'm just going for the beard and I'm going for this outline of the beard here. I need to finish off the where it will round around his face. Then we've got the top to do, of course. And then round here, I'm just flicking out where his hat finishes. Santa's hat, we all know, has that point on the end. Right, so we've pretty much done it apart from the sack. So we can just draw the bottom of the sack any old how like that. And then we're going to come up and draw the sack coming round as though it is going down the chimney. And to give it some detail, to show the movement of it coming round, we're just going to mark in some of these lines. Okay, so that's it really for that level. So you're literally just following the picture, but as I said, I suggest you work your way up from what you've already done. Okay, good. Let's move on to next step. I hope you're all keeping up, everyone. Right, so now is his face. So we're just going to focus on this level on his face. Now for this, I'm going to sharpen my pencil, because if your pencil isn't sharp and you're drawing the details of a face, now the glasses are coming straight from the hat because that's where his ears will be. And I'm literally just putting like ovals on the end, and then we're drawing over a little hook on his nose where the glasses are. And then to draw his nose, it's really just a case of a little round U and another one. That's the nose done. Now with the mouth, it's, if you can see the lines that we've already drawn here, it's just below and in the center like that. Okay, a bit too low there, I think. It's miles away from his nose, isn't it? Let's come up a little bit higher. There we go, that's better. So that's his smile, and then we can just do some more of the fur in, because we've got his face in and he now looks like a human being. There we go. Well, he's not human really, is he? He's Santa. He's special. Okay, just double checking the picture and making sure I haven't missed anything, because I missed something yesterday. I've just missed that line where his white fur comes in from there. It's very easy to forget things when you're talking and focusing on the technology as well, making sure you can see everything. Right, next one. This is basically all the detail now for his hat. So I'm going to come in, just draw some lines on his hat. I think I'll zoom in now for doing some of the detail. Let's see if I can get the camera right. Okay, and here where his arm is, we're just going to draw his arm in there. Make sure we can see as much of the ruffles as we can by putting in that detail. It looks more ruffled. Some more lines on the sack. Then when it comes to his clothes, we just want to put some lines in to show that it's coming round that way. And here, the lines need to be a bit more curled because it's the fluffy furry part of his jacket. Here we just want to be showing where his arms bending and creasing by putting two little lines in. And then here, just a bit more showing the clothes coming down. Sorry, I know it's in my face now, but I want you to see as close as possible. I'm not sure if it will zoom in much more. Let's see. There we go, that's better, and I'll just move it around for you. Right, this is his sleeve down here as well, so we want to make sure we're getting a little bit of detail in there as well. Okay, right, now the bricks. We're just going to go along and we're going to put little lines on the bricks there. I'm wondering, just playing around with the camera at the minute because I'm trying to get the best view, and I think, sorry, look away for a minute until I get this sorted. There we go. I'm trying to get the best view for you, but I need to keep it flat so I can draw. Okay, I think that will do. So we're going along, we're just drawing little lines on the bricks to show that they have marks on them. Just choose a few. I'm not even looking now, you know, don't copy, you don't have to copy, you just put them where you think they should be. It just brings them to life a little bit. Can you see that? So little lines. Then we're going on to the roof, and it's the same thing. Okay, so we're just putting some little straight lines in horizontally or vertically, across the bricks. Okay. There we are. Okay. There. All right, so just some detail. That's all it needs to be, and that just brings that to life as well. Now on the roof edge, there is some detail. So first of all, there's that mark there to show where the roof meets. There's some lines here just because it's the wooden part, so it's trying to show some little marks in the wood, trying to bring that to life a little bit. And then the edging of the roof is just literally lots of little lines just to give it definition from where the snow is and where the roof meets the snow. There we are, coming all the way around. We're nearly done. There we go. Okay. Do you know what I didn't do? Didn't draw in his eyes, did I? Let's go back. See, I told you, I missed things. I was so busy getting his mouth right that I forgot his eyes. Now his eyes are above his glasses, and they are basically just little curves with, can you see? With circles underneath. You can just about see. And then above that we've got eyebrows, of course, to show where his eyes are. All right, so he's all drawn in. I still think his mouth is a little bit low. Let's put it up a bit higher. That's better. And then we can draw in his beard. So we're coming on to that level now anyway, where we're drawing in his beard more. So we need to come around his mouth and just draw in curls to emphasize that there is a beard there. Just literally just little curls. Okay. I'm a bit worried about the camera and you're not getting a very good view. Hang on. Okay. So I think that is that on there. We've done all of his jacket and his beard. Oh, we need to put some more curls into his hat to show that this is also, so it's literally just lots of little C's, and that shows the detail of it being fluffy. Okay, so next session is the clouds. So there is one coming out of the top of the sack. Obviously you can draw these clouds however you want. They are obviously an illustration. They're not meant to be real life. All of this is very much illustration work, stuff to do in your sketchbook. Doesn't have to be realistic. We're just enjoying it and having fun. Yeah, it's more like a doodle sketch illustration, whatever you want to call it. So as we come into the clouds, we're also just drawing lots of these C shapes in, and I am looking just to make sure I'm getting everything done. That's another one over there. Okay, and so you just go around, and this will help with drawing in the illustrative clouds. It makes them look lumpy bumpy like they should be. So coming out of halfway down his arm, we start another one. It doesn't really matter where you go with it, as long as you've got that coming out from the same place, it will appear in the right place. There you can see. I think it's something to do with the lighting today. Doesn't seems to be too bright, and then it's bothering, you can't see. There we go. Okay, so next thing is to do the other cloud above. So what I'll do is I'll just keep lifting it up for you. So I've just called lots of C's, little bumpy C's. I'm going to do the same here. We're just trying to give it a little emphasis that it's fluffy, as I've said before. Right, we'll do another one down here. If it's snowing, it's going to be cloudy, isn't it? So we need to make sure we get those clouds in. Now there is, at the top of this cloud here, a little moon. And we'll put a little line on there just to give it some definition and some detail. And then we're just going to draw another fluffy cloud behind. It doesn't matter where you put yours. There you can see. Don't forget some more fluffy cloud marks for that one as well. And that's it. What we could do is just put some lines on the moon to show that it's sparkling. And as it's night time, you could have some stars around as well if you wanted. So then it's just drawing the snow over. Now I'm not going to do that until I do the pen. It's the final thing and it goes all over it, and I don't see the point in doing all that. And then also, there we are. There's no point in doing that and then having to go over it again in pen. Yeah, so that would be a bit boring for you and for me. Right, so let's draw him in. You can start anywhere now. We've got the whole thing down, so I'm probably just going to start this corner and work my way that way. So you can always fast forward this bit, but I love how once I've got the picture down and I come in with the pen, it kind of brings the illustration to life. So now you'll be able to see really well. So if you're struggling with my silly camera today, then hopefully you'll now see better. I'm just going to have a quick drink. My son's had a cough and a cold this week and I can feel it brewing. I'm fighting it. I'm trying. But all the talking doesn't really help, so I keep drinking. Okay. And we're going round. Now these activities, as I say, they're really good just for your sketchbook activities. If you're thinking, oh, what can I do? There's the downloadable sheets. There's even traceables. You don't have to even draw it from scratch if you don't want to. There's a traceable in there. But of course, this is about trying to get your drawing. So if you can give it a go without the traceables, great. But if not, it doesn't matter, does it? It's just you enjoying it, because then once you've done it, you can colour it any way you want. And I do, as I say, over the month, do lots of different videos where I am colouring them with different mediums. And it's fun. There's watercolours, acrylics, coloured pencils, pastel pencils. Those of you that have watched my videos before will know this. And I'm hoping that as time goes on and my channel grows, that you'll all get used to me. And I'm going to actually go in with the smaller pen, the 01 nib, to draw in the details of his face, because I want to get them as accurate as possible, because it's so easy to draw a face wrong. One slip of the hand and you've changed their expression completely just by drawing something slightly out. Right, now I'm going to come round and draw the outside of his hat and then draw the C's inside to show the fluffiness. Then I am going to go back to the big pen, draw the top of the hat and the underneath. I can keep with my big pen now. Back to the small one to do the facial features, because now I'm drawing the beard just as lots of C's so that we know, and then we're just going to come round and draw it quite detailed around where his mouth is. His mouth kind of disappears into his beard anyway. Just going to do some more, make sure that beard is definitely filled in. Okay, thicker nib, coming around again. I'm just going to try and do it in one sweep because I've got it down already in pencil, got it where I want. I can see very clearly. Remember, if you want to move your paper round to make it easier, you can. Try not to move it too much for you guys because you're watching. Okay, and that's the end of his arm. I'm going to go back to the smaller one to get the hand drawn in. I want to be quite accurate about that, get the fingers right and then get the hand in. Again, it's difficult to get hands looking right and not strange if you haven't gone in there and got that detail right. That's might just draw in some fur a little bit on the wrist there as well. These are the tops of his jacket. So yeah, we're getting there. It's basically just going over what you've done. See, I can see there I needed a bit of shoulder in and I hadn't put it in. By doing this, you can go back and you see exactly the things you need to add or change. Okay, so we're going to come in and draw the chimney again. As you can see, I'm moving it around. I like to draw it from the back to me, and that way it's much easier, because that's naturally how my hand wants to draw a nice straight line. So I'm going to do the same with the bricks. As I say, because you've seen me draw this, if you just want to fast forward a little bit, you can just, or you can turn the sound off, have some music on in the background and just watch. Quite calming to watch other people drawing. I find that anyway. I really like watching other people colour in. I know that sounds strange, doesn't it? But I do. And lots of people do, because they're really popular on YouTube and TikTok, colouring in, adult colouring in profiles. If you happen to be watching and you like adult colouring and you have a huge following, please do contact me about getting a free book. There are colouring pages in there, and it would be lovely to send them out and you use them on your channels. Okay, so now I have swapped to the thinner pen again, because I'm going in and doing the detail on the bricks that I'd already done. Now again, I didn't need to do this in pencil. I could have just left it to the pen. Very often, like with the snow, if there's a lot of repetition, I'd rather just come in and do it at the end once. But I know me, and I thought, if I don't do the pencil markings, I'll forget. Right, going back to the bigger nib, and we're going to come in and draw the snow on the back of the roof, get that line in. There we are. Do the markings. Because this is what makes the snow come alive, really, is showing that it's got little ripples. Now again, I moved my paper so it's easy for me. Got those little ripples in. There we go. Perfect. So now I'm going to go back onto the smaller one, because I'm doing the detail of the roof and I want to create as much of a straight line as I can. So I'm going really slow over my line, and it won't be perfect, but it'll be really close to perfect because we've already drawn it. And if we go like this with our hand and come back, it practically, I mean, look how straight that is, because we're just going slowly and guiding it straight down over the lines we've already done. Another one there, and we'll do another one there. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we'll do the crosses inside while I've got the little pen. Again, I could have left that till the end as well, because it's fine detail, but I didn't want to forget about it, so I put it in pencil first. So it's literally lots of little lines all the way around. There we go. Now I'm going to come in with my bigger pen again to draw the top of that, and I'm going to use the bigger pen to draw down here and again here. Try and go slow. I am trying to speed up a bit, and that's when it starts to go a bit wobbly. There we are, little lines to suggest that it's wood, a piece of wood. Right, now the bricks again. I'm going to pull it round so that I can draw the lines coming towards me, and it won't take me too long because we've already got the pencil marks down. Right, try and be confident. The more scared you are about trying to do these straight lines, the more likely they're going to wibble. Press down hard and pull, and keep your eye on it. Your eye is what's guiding you. Believe it or not, your eye is just telling you, your brain, what to do. So if you keep your eye exactly where it should be. Right, so now we're going to draw in the roof marks, the brick marks on the roof. One there. I must have got in a muddle. There. that. So you are literally just going over what you've done. As I say, you can always fast forward past these bits. And then I'm getting my little pen out because I want to come in and do some shading on the bricks to show that they are bricks and they've got some marks on them. And although we're not doing real life, we're doing illustration, it's still nice to bring it to life a bit, isn't it, with some nice detail. Done. So all these designs are 10 designs from the Christmas theme book. They're all my own designs. You won't get them anywhere else. So feel free to use them for personal use. They can't be sold though, because I will be using them myself commercially. Yeah, I think that's it. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, and have a good day, everyone. We're going to move on to the next one.